Hello guys, back in today with another reaction to Nana, and this time I'll be reacting to the first chapter I'll be reading of the manga. Again, a bit of a different format of this video, of course. Now we've finished the anime, which was, again, absolutely fantastic. I've recently been watching quite a lot of romance kind of movies and such as well. I recently watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which was fantastic. Rewatched 500 Days of Summer, which was another fantastic one. Not quite as much romance in that one. Well, there was a lot of it in there, but that wasn't the kind of main message. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, I've been on the kind of vibe things recently. Looking forward to this though. We'll be starting off with the 12th volume, chapter 42, I believe. I did have a sneak peek of this during the last episode reaction, which I'm filming this. I haven't released that episode reaction yet, so I wouldn't have seen any of your comments or anything if you guys gave me information, so apologies about that. But this seems to cover what we went over in that final episode, confirming that it wasn't an anime only ending. So I'm not sure if there'll be more new stuff or different stuff in this, but if there isn't, then we'll probably do 2 chapters today. But going forward, I think I will just be doing 1 chapter per video, as the scroller is very small, and so yeah, I think there's going to be a lot in each chapter. Let's get right into the first one today. Do let me know what you guys think about this reaction though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these. I will be doing them once a week, I believe. And let's get into it. Obviously a lot of Japanese right there. And we saw this horrible, horrible cover photo. It's very nice actually, but it's just a shame about Takumi and his horrible little tomatoes. Again, I'm a bit of a tomato fan. I've been seeing a lot of discourse about people online that they don't like tomatoes on their burgers. I find quite nuts, because I imagine they're seeing people like tomato sauce and tomato ketchup on their burgers. Why don't you like tomatoes? See, I'm the complete opposite way around. I like tomatoes on my. I don't really like tomato sauce at all. I like tomatoes though. But yeah, nice image there if we just cover up a little bit. And here it is again. So yeah, we've got a synopsis, which I did see as well, which we'll go over. Synopsis. On the train to Tokyo, Nana and Hachi crossed paths without knowing. Both of them, opposite in background and character, had been brought together by fate again and lived in the same apartment. So yeah, the soundtrack I've got playing right now is from some of the songs in each of those movies. Another slightly romance movie I watched was Almost Famous, which was really good. Definitely check that if you guys haven't seen it. I never even heard of that before I watched it. And yeah, it was actually really good. Not as much romance in that. It was very much music based, kind of teen, kind of coming of age years based. But yeah, I had a really good time in that. Much more so than I expected to, especially considering it was almost 3 hours. I'm not really good with long movies. To get Hachi back from Takumi, you'll also notice, if you guys haven't watched any of my Berserk manga reactions, I'd like to go on tangents a little bit during these, so apologies if you don't like that. Probably not the videos for you guys. Hopefully it won't happen too often though. To get Hachi back from Takumi and beat Trap Nest, Nana's fighting spirit was high. Blast, with only a temporary contract with Gaia, suddenly became famous because news of Nana and Ren's relationship got out. Gaia then decided to let them make their debut. The hot gossip about Nana and Ren caused Hachi to look out for news of them on the television worriedly, and at this time, Hachi got a message from Nana. After training in the mountains, which just sounds like, yeah, sounds intense, and it was a little intense for the group, wasn't it? I doubt they're used to working out and such like that, but it makes it sound like they're like fighting bears and wolverines and such. After training in the mountains, Blast, it is essentially correct though, they did do that. Blast stayed at a hotel. They went to a music show where they finally got to perform live. Trapnest was also on the show. During a break, Ren proposed to Nana, and she accepted after doing a lot of thinking. After the show, Blast got Hachi's message asking whether they would like to see a fireworks festival, so the 4 of them went back to room 707 to wait for Hachi. The time for them to finally meet was nearing. So as I said, I think a lot of what we're going to be covering today I've already seen. To be honest with you, if we've already seen it, I don't really want to go over it again. but we'll see. See if there's any differences. Like, I can't imagine there's any differences. I haven't read the source material. Obviously, this is the first time I'm reading it, but from what it seems like they're pretty accurate to how the manga had gone on a one-to-one kind of translation basis. Now, if I meet them again, I'll surely feel like depending on them. I'm gonna just like skip forward a little bit and see if that is the case. No, this is exactly the same. I don't know why I was told to start from here. It looks exactly the same as what was in the episode, and I'm not really sure why everyone told me to start from here. I was thinking maybe there must be some difference if everyone told me to, but it seems like the events are exactly the same as in the episode, so I'll try and whiz through this. That's why I'm so scared that I can't even take another step. As we see the scene of okay, so here's the intro bit. Scene of Komatsu's daughter. Hey Nana, the blooming fireworks are still being set off at the same place this year. I'm in room 707 waiting for you guys, and I've even prepared the same kimonos. Again, I'm going to whiz through this. We've already seen this. They did capture the art style really nicely in the anime, didn't they? They almost look exactly the same. Maybe that's why there was a few kind of dodgy moments of animation in the anime, because I imagine that was really hard to actually capture these character designs. But I like those dodgy moments, honestly. They're some of the most fun moments in the series, those kind of low resolution, kind of strange faces and such that they sometimes make. If you go to Dilly Dally, I'll be going off first. Okay. Oka-san. Butterfly. There's a butterfly. Translator note. Oka-san means mother. Okay. It's black and big and so pretty. It's one of those famous butterflies you see in the book. Oh, you know what? I did mention at the end of the anime episode, the fact that it was probably Osaki that walked through the door because of this girl's reaction to whoever came in. I imagine it was Osaki, and I think even more so now, considering the fact that she's talking about this big and black butterfly that you only see in books. Like, that very much is reminiscent of Nana Osaki, right? And she's got a very similar expression. So I wouldn't say that's confirmed, but I've kind of mentally confirmed that. Hey, to be honest with you guys, I'm not really feeling like going over this again. Like, we've seen and heard all of this, so I'm just gonna skip ahead, probably to the next chapter if I don't see anything that stands out that we didn't see before. Again, it seems like pretty one-for-one adaptation. What is this? Couple websites right here for takoyaki. Nana Takoyakis. What the hell was that about? Was that a fan club? Dream doll, which looks exactly like Komatsu. Pretty much exactly like Komatsu. But yeah, I really like this moment in the anime with Nobu Getting her a little doll. Love this look on Nobu's face. That was one of my favourite moments of the episode, to be honest with you. Probably quite emotional. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything we've seen so far was in the anime. Again, I'm not sure why I got told to start from here. Should have really just started from the next chapter, to be honest. Yeah, let's just start from the next chapter. That was also another fantastic moment here with Nobu not opening the door. And Ginpei, who I can't wait to see more of. Again, that was something I'm highly anticipating. But yeah, let's just cover this last little text and then we'll get started with chapter 43. Hey Nana, you always looked forward to going back to that summer day. Now we're here. I'll wait. For the summer that we missed, even if it takes 10, 20, or even 50 years. So yep. We'll just start now. Oh, this is Takoyaki's is the translation. Okay, I see. So is the official better or worse, do you think? Takoyaki's the first one that comes up. I guess we can compare quickly. We go back to the last chapter, which doesn't have an official. Oh, last chapter doesn't even have an official translation, so probably best we actually just stick with this one then. Got a lot of Japanese here. Auraka. No chance. Okay, so in black and white, I guess is this actually like I can't imagine that's official. If that's the case, I imagine this is just a copy of that artwork above, but translated into English and in black and white. I'm not going to dwell in the past anymore. I will only think of the love I have right now. From this moment on, I will carry on with this one person, face to face. Okay. Standing before Takumi, the one who watches me with eyes that seem to see through everything, feels like I've been completely naked all along. So now, there is no need for me to be pretentious. There he is, the bastard. Chapter 43. Looks very good in that shot though, doesn't it? Welcome back. What are you doing here? Something wrong with me being here? You said you couldn't come back until Monday night. Is it not alright that I'm back? Also seem to have noticed that the author likes putting these sweat marks right in the middle of the head, like a Hindi symbol. It's an interesting choice. Did you enjoy the fireworks? They were nice. Again, I'm actually quite astounded just how much the anime and this manga actually look exactly like each other. Actually pretty crazy. They were nice. What do you mean, nice? Even though you were meeting Nobu, why did you send me mail to tell me so? If you're going to be fickle, at least lie to me. I'm not fickle, everyone was there. I was afraid you'd misunderstood, so I told you straight out. You'd misunderstand, so I told you straight out. But Nobu didn't come, and Nana seemed distant. I guess believing that we could be friends like we were before was really naive. I'm sure you'll be able to make up when things cool down. Yeah, that's something I really liked about 500 Days of Summer. Again, I watched it as a kid and remember some scenes specifically that I really enjoyed, but I don't remember it as a whole. But as a whole, I really like the message of what it is, and I did misunderstand it as a kid. I was always like, yeah, this is a romance, but actually it's actually more of a look at how our main character is actually quite a dickhead and how your expectations can deny the reality and put burdens upon people and such that shouldn't be there. And I think I probably didn't see that when I was younger, because I think I'd done the same thing in some relationships, honestly. Had some expectations that I shouldn't have. We're going to change the song quickly because I feel like this isn't very fitting for this manga. I was listening to a bit of Tiny Dancer and again a bit of the soundtrack for a couple of those movies I mentioned in the intro. Brilliant song, but yeah, I don't think it fits this series that great. Sorry guys, might have to bear with me a second now. I think it's a bit. I haven't ever had ad block. I should. I always get told I should get ad block and such, and I should, but maybe not so much now because I've been told that people who do have ad block, even though it doesn't work on YouTube, have been it's made their YouTube even slower and makes it buffer and such, and it seems to have done that for me even without any ad block or anything. To be honest with you, really annoying, especially on my laptop, and especially when I'm recording. It lags a lot if I try to record something on YouTube, a lot more than it used to. I haven't tried to recently, but it just does just lag a bit more in general. Not on my phone, it doesn't lag or anything at all. But again, when I'm on my computer, yeah, it's really annoying. It seems to have affected me, even though I haven't ever had ad block. Yeah, let's get back to it. But nobody didn't come to me. And Nana seemed distant. I guess believing that we could be friends like we were before was really naive. I'm sure you'll be able to make up when things cool down. Thank you. You took it so well. I'm so glad I told you straight out. That's because I was too busy to think about anything else. You're the only one left for me after all. Although again, think back a few episodes from the anime, and this guy was just saying how he might end up putting his marriage off so Ren and Osaki could get married instead. You hungry? I'm going to make something. No, I just ate. Just sit down. I have something important to tell you. I also think the way I do these videos might be a bit different. Sorry to keep going on all these tangents again, but it might feel slightly different than what I do with Berserk, because in Berserk I watched quite a bit of anime to do with Berserk, but I haven't been quite as the dialogue is what I'm trying to get at here. The dialogue in this show is very much more dialogue heavy and focused here in Nana, and I feel like I won't portray that nearly as good as nowhere near as good as they did in the anime. And what the job the voice actors done, and just the little nuances to their voices and how they sound and such. I feel like that's probably a much bigger thing at play here than it is in Berserk, where at Berserk I can just kind of read and it is what it is. With this, I do feel like I am kind of missing a little bit of expression, perhaps. So yeah, that's going to be a big miss. I did mention my worries in my Nana video, but there's a few things that's going to be missing from the anime that I really love while reading this. That being one of them. I'm just going to have to spend the whole night at work, so... Oh, is that so? Don't you think it's a bit cramped? So what was that important thing? I have a lot of stuff I want to tell you about too. Well, you start first then. Okay, so Fujiko-chan, is this about some anime? Who the fuck is Fujiko? No, she's my gynecologist. Nakazaka fucking hell. Nakazato Fujiko, age 60. I told you about her before, didn't I? Yeah. You're still going to that hospital? Oh, she is pregnant, bro. Isn't it quite inconvenient since it's not around here? But she's a veteran at this stuff and she's really nice. You don't find that often. Fujiko-chan is great. Well, as long as you like her then, it's fine. So what did she say? She can tell what gender Sachiko is. I didn't ask her, but do you want to know? She can tell already. She can. And again, glad to know that their baby doesn't end up being called Sachiko. Also, another distinction between this and Berserk, obviously there's plenty of differences, but this one seems to have a lot more dialogue as well, so it'll probably be even longer. It seems like the chapters are even longer, and the dialogue makes it even longer as well. So yeah, I imagine these episodes are going to be reasonably long, but if I do one chapter per video again, it probably should be around the 40-minute mark, I imagine. Which is kind of what I'm aiming for. This one probably be quite a bit longer than that, because I did try and do the first chapter. But as I said, I already went over that in the final episode. She said she's not 100% sure, but even without her telling me, I already know. Sachiko is definitely a girl. And she is. How did the name get changed is a good question. Maybe Komatsu had a sudden realization of just how bad that name is. If she could tell this early, then it has to be a boy. She probably saw it had a beep. Or maybe, but that I don't think that's right, is it? Because she could have just as easily seen that it didn't have a beep. No way! Fujiko is probably worried about how strong your conviction is, so she decided to check. Don't be too disappointed if it's not a girl. I really won't be disappointed, just surprised. I should have asked her since there's still the wallpaper to be done. So she really saw that. No, even without asking, I know. Sachiko is a boy. Change the wallpaper. Okay, what was the next topic? What was it? I had a lot to say, but that shocked me and now I've forgotten. Oh yeah, Nana. She said she'll be coming to our wedding. Can I invite her? Oh, well, definitely. Oh. I can't? I didn't say that, but... Well then, I'm going to send her an invitation. I feel like that's probably what he's got to talk to her about, isn't it? Might put the wedding off type deal with Osaki and Ren and such. Also, thank you guys for letting me know in the comment section. Like I said earlier, I do record these in a bit in advance, so I haven't uploaded a couple episodes by the time I'm recording this, but someone did let me know, so I'm probably a few weeks late in thanking them, but someone did let me know that Ren was actually on drugs during like the episodes in the 40s, and it was censored in the anime, but I think you could tell that quite a bit, even though it was censored. He was acting very strange, and to be honest with you guys, I've done heavy drugs before. Don't want to get too deep into it. Sometimes it makes me feel really sick when I think about it too much, but I'm also not sure I'd say I was addicted, but I used to do a lot of cocaine, meth, and drugs like that. The turning point for me was, I think it's called MCAT. I just found a random crystal. I was at a party and I just found a random crystal on the side and took it and done it. And that kept me up all night and just had me just wide awake and just really perceptive, and it just felt strange, and I don't know what it was about that experience, but that made me quit all drugs from that point on. I remember my mum picked me up and I was still feeling absolutely crazed. And yeah, just from that point on, I ended up quitting, and that was when I was about 18. So that was like, that was almost like seven or so years ago now. So a long time ago. I'm kind of glad, because I don't want to get too. I say I don't want to get too much into it. I've already said quite a bit, but I'm very glad I'd done a lot of heavy drugs and such earlier on in my life, because I've seen quite a few people that I did grow up with start them out later in life, and I feel like it's a lot harder to get away from once you're actually an adult and set in your ways. Yeah, that's a bit of a. Again, I wouldn't say I was addicted, but I used to just like, at that point you don't really value yourself much, so you just like you want to feel good, you want to feel high, and you just want to feel that every day. So maybe it was an addiction. The way I say it there, it makes it sound like one, but you always want that kind of, yeah. I don't want to get too far into it, but maybe there might be some relatable stuff from Ren for me in this going forward here. Perhaps there was even more so in the past. Yeah, enough of that. Again, I don't want any I don't want any sympathy or anything. It's not really anything to be sympathetic about, to be honest with you. Like I said, I was just dumb teenager, done drugs. I hardly ever paid for them, but when I did, I remember selling my Xbox, selling a load of my belongings so I get some money to buy drugs. Yeah, it was just we had a lot of fun during those times, me and my friends, but again, I also do look back with bad memories, honestly, about those times as well. Wait, well then, I'm going to send her an invitation. That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. As I said, I haven't done anything like that in years, and I don't drink much nowadays either, because they kind of went hand in hand as well. If I was doing drugs, I was drinking a lot as well. What? Is it some bad news? No, it's a good thing. Ren and Nana are getting married. Married? Why does everyone have such a huge reaction to that word? It's a big thing. It's a big word. It's not normal for not thinking so. But Nana hasn't said a single. Yeah, it's not like they've decided anything yet. Since it's likely to turn into big news, they're probably going to have to get permission from Gaia. Just look at Komatsu right here. It's that fangirl that said her main character getting married off. Her favourite main character from our favourite manga getting married off right here. Nana and Ren are getting married, but I was so worried that the Demon King would split them up. So love does conquer all. What is this about? Oh, it's the wedding bells. And a cross. The end. And that's the end of the manga. So yeah, thank you guys watching. As we picked up the manga today and we finished it today. And now I've got some Nana music on here. This has become one of my favourite songs. It was only played towards the end, but this is already one of my favourites from the anime. Stand By Me. One of my absolute favourites. I'm so happy. Serves you right, Demon King. I'm glad. You seem happier for them than you are for yourself. Yeah, I'm so moved. It's such a happy ending. I guess we can put our... Are you fucking idiot? There's already worse way to do this, really. So I guess we can put a hold on our wedding then. It really doesn't matter, right? So she cares more about the other's wedding, so now would be a perfect time to say, yeah, why don't we put ours on hold for a bit? And then this. That's what I'm expecting Nana to be like right there. I mean, it kind of smoothly got it in there, but it kind of it got it in smoothly, and then it just rummaged about and just was an absolute mess. Now tackling me. No, I don't mind. Oh, really? Really? No, I don't mind. No, he can't do that. Fucking Junko, man. Junko again. A character I dislike the more as things go on. Let's see if that continues. No matter how bad his work situation is, at this point, that's not even a joke. Again, these sweat marks really get to me a little bit, being where they are. Doesn't look like a sweat mark. And there's a lot of them. That's something you notice if you go back and watch the anime. I don't think I ever brought it up, but there's a lot of sweat marks and there's a lot of moments like that. Much more than in a usual show. And there's quite a lot in usual shows. It's also quite funny how her cheeks say "nee." Actually quite cute. Jun-chan, I don't think you'd get so worked up for me. I'm really happy. Of course I'd get worked up about it. If you don't get married, I'll never be freed. Freed? That's where I usually expect him to be. I'm begging you this time, take your bags and go back to your parents' house, Nana. Definitely not. So what are you going to do? So you plan to go back to room 707? No. I'll just keep living in the house in Shirokane. By yourself? Takumi said as long as nobody sees him, he'll probably come visit me. In the meantime, he's going to have my name entered in the family registry. In the meantime, that's a pretty commonplace way to word. That's a pretty commonplace way to word it to the person you love. So you're really going to let him coax you into this? I'm not. It's not like that. Takumi is in a really difficult position. If he doesn't sacrifice some privacy for the sake of his work, I think it'll be difficult to stay popular. It's like you're protecting him. Didn't you come here to complain? It's interesting, isn't it? Because, like I said earlier about 500 Days of Summer, it's almost like Komatsu's seeing the kind of reality of things from his perspective, and she's being realistic in that sense, which is good. But what was I also going to make a point about? Yeah, about her protecting him. It's almost like she's also trying to make excuses as well. When perhaps some of it is just and necessary for his work, but some of it also might be going a bit too far into the realms of his work over everything, and that is the case for him, his work over everything, but that shouldn't be the case all the time. So there's a bit of good and a bit of bad. Bit of this, a bit of that. Yeah, it's a bit of good, a bit of bad, isn't it? So balance, like all things should be. Yes, yeah, it's interesting to think about, isn't it? Anyway, at this point, it really doesn't matter how hard you try anymore. Nothing can be done. So persistent. You really have no intention of going back to your parents' house? No. No matter what happens, I've decided to stay by Takumi's side. But at the beginning, you said, like what I said earlier about the kind of the characters speaking. You just feel like there'd be so much kind of passion and such in like Komatsu's voice right here that it's hard to get across without there being voice acting. I feel like that's not as much the case in Berserk. But at the beginning, you said he told you he'd bear the cost of rearing a child. That sounds so wrong. Rearing. That sounds so wrong. To rear. To bring up and care for a child. Don't know if that's just me. That sounds terrible. You're really selfish. Selfish? You're not satisfied with him just You're not satisfied with getting just money, are you? I mean, should she be? Again, Junko makes some good points sometimes, as I said about before about this stuff right here. And then she just says stuff like this. She's got to be a mother. So of course she's got to be selfish. She's got to look after her kids and herself. And God forbid she asks for a bit of intimacy or love. God forbid that, Junko. God forbid. Bloody hell, this woman. Sometimes Junko just... Ugh. You're wrong. I don't want it to seem like I'm just after his money, even though it may not even be his kid. Takumi still accepted this, and I'm really grateful to him. I think us seeing the hair colour did confirm that it was Takumi's, unless maybe Nobu's natural hair colour is black, which it could very well be, because you don't see many Japanese people born with blonde hair, do you? But actually, it could still be up in the air. I guess it's not fully confirmed, is it? And another maybe indicator that might be that because it's not called Sachiko. Again, there could be all kind of twists and turns still to come, even though we have seen far into the future. Even though it may not be his kid, Takumi still accepted this, and I'm really grateful to him. But again, if you want to be realistic, I'm pretty sure that's 99% that's Takumi's kid. Even if he can't register me in the family registry, I want to be with him and be useful to him. Making a home where he can relax is your duty to him. You can't be all spoiled, and you have to keep working at it. But even though I really try, most of the time I'm just going around in circles. And maybe I'm just giving him more problems. That's true. Oh, it's a problem that he took on, isn't it? He could have easily stayed away from this whole situation and such. But he chose not to. Some people would go buy a dog just to greet them home, who is loud and only causes trouble. It's satisfying for some people, I guess. A greeting dog? It's best to just be yourself, isn't it? There she is, Hachi. Even if you agreed to that, your parents probably won't leave it alone, would they? That's the problem. Takumi's having a headache over that too. He says it doesn't seem like he can make time for them, and it doesn't seem like they can talk about it on the phone. He's at least being honest about that. Then maybe you should invite your parents to come here. That's just a suggestion if you're worried. But it'd be hard for Takumi to say, please come, right? Oh, that's not the only problem. What? Ooh. Not sure what that sound effect means. Beep. Yes? Ah, hello. Can I talk to you for a second? What's the matter? Actually, it's about yesterday. To Junko. Draw us some cover art sometime. Nana. That's nice of her to gift her album. That's quite the plain quite the plain album cover, isn't it? I can understand why she asked that. But what is that? What is that? It almost looks like the out shape of a diamond, but I'm not sure if it is. Not really sure what that is. Can anyone let me know what that is? Again, from far away like this, it looks like looks like part of a diamond. Ah, sorry. If it's about that, we'll have to talk later. I'll make it quick. Can't you just listen? What is it? Our wedding is going on hold, but Ren and Nana don't know yet, right? Yeah. Can we keep it a secret? If they find out, I think things will get complicated. I probably think so as well. I also think so. I don't want it to seem like it's their fault. You can definitely be happy. I think obviously Ren already knows. I think especially if Osaki finds out. Since it's Nana, if things happen like that, she might not get married. I totally agree. I could totally see her doing that. I'm aware of that, so don't worry about it. Yeah, if anyone really knows Nana or Osaki, they should know that, honestly. Exactly what I'd be thinking. Oh, and also, I want to ask my mum and dad to come visit Tokyo on Saturday. Is that okay? Now that's the big one. that's the bombshell drop right there if you're a guy. Although he's handled it pretty decently. Yeah, of course. That saves me. Well then, I'll be back Saturday night. I'll call you then. Beep. Hachiko? You don't plan to go back until Saturday, Takumi? Another day? Our leader's busy. There are 7 girls waiting for his return. Oh, yeah, I'm still wondering about this fucking... What was her name? It wasn't Betty. It wasn't Beatrice. It was, I can't remember for the life of me. That bloody name... I almost completely forgot about that. Huh. Thank you for reminding me, Ren. But that girl's name that was written outside that hotel in London... Again, I can't remember her name for the life of me, but... Seems to have like a side piece in London. Which is very interesting. Again, I totally forget her name. But yeah, that was kind of mentioned. Her name was written there and nothing's come from that just yet. Till Ren's just said something just here. Ren, you bought a ring, right? So hand it to her already. Huh? A ring? But we can't see each other, so what can I do? Ah, about that. Why don't we invite Blast to Layla's birthday party? Ah, that'd be nice, if Layla's okay with it. What does she mean by about that? Yeah, but I wonder if their schedule's open. That's 2 days after the CD's release. It's definitely open. Why is that? Because Yasu will definitely make time for me. Did go through that much trouble for you? I didn't realise this girl liked Yasu that much. Guess she's a big fan. I do feel bad for Yasu. He's got no one in this, does he? He liked Osaki, but it's like a relationship he can never actually go for because his friendship with Ren. He hasn't really had too much kind of romance at all compared to everyone else. Yeah, everybody else. Reira, Shin, Takumi, Komatsu, Osaki, Ren. The blonde guy in the back also, to be fair, don't really see much relationship stuff out of him, but he's been nowhere as an important or long-lasting character as Yasu. Nobu as well, Nobu in there. Everybody's had some kind of like romance, or even Mew, who's relatively new, could have something blossoming. And Yasu, it was dude just had nothing pretty much this whole time. It's a past stuff with Reira. Again, he did like Osaki, but he can't ever get that. So maybe we got something here. She's actually really cute woman, isn't she? Of course. I'm looking forward to the party. Invite them soon, Taka-chan. Layla's birthday party? Why do we have to go? Why do we have to go, Baldy? Nana, you were having fits last night, weren't you? Don't get so excited. Thought you'd say that. Got a look of disgust on Ginbei's face. Also, what is that jumper? Looks like a cow. Fucking hell, yeah, his head is shiny in the manga here, isn't it? Honestly, yeah, it looks a bit like Bonolenov in this shot from Hunter x Hunter. but with a suit on. Nobu's hair's a bit more spiky here in the manga, isn't it? I think it's because the lack of hair colour is making me see these characters slightly differently here. Interesting. I also thought Nobu was extremely small here in the manga, but then I noticed that he's actually sitting down. I was like, what the hell? Nobu's that small? Or did Shin just grow very rapidly? But no, I think, again, a little bit of shock of seeing these guys with no colour as well as positions they're in. Caught me a bit off guard there. Nana actually looks a little bit more scary here. Looks a bit like a horror character, doesn't she? Do I have to go too? Of course. Didn't the president invite you personally? It would be rude not to go. It's a shame we can't hear his voice again. I love Ginpei's voice actor. He's such a great addition. As I said, I love his voice actor. He is fucking awesome. But yeah, the way things are going right now, I think I think I'm about almost 50 minutes through. So and we're only halfway through the recording. So yeah, this is going to be a long video, isn't it? Bloody hell. These are actually going to probably be quite a bit longer than 40 minutes, I imagine. Not going to try and rush through now or anything, but I might pick up the pace a little bit. Aren't you excited to be meeting Ren in such a lovely way? I don't want to miss anything, so I'm not going to go extremely fast or anything or that, guys, but maybe less tangents. The place where they're having it is a Western style photo shoot location, and the security will be really tight. You have to be energetic and get him in one go. One hit fight. But don't we have work? Actually, we don't have anything on the night of the 1st. Why is the schedule open at your convenience? You made room to see Layla, didn't you? No. That's not true. So what was it for then? To throw Shin-chan a birthday party. It was supposed to be kept a secret to surprise him. Really? Oh, it's Shin's birthday, is it? Is he 16? I believe. But someone from over there asked if we could combine the two. Isn't that lovely? Is it really your birthday? Yeah. Liar. Your birthday is in January. My birthday's in January. I think I mentioned that last week. I got fucking food poisoning / some kind of horrible flu on the day of my birthday. It's a nightmare. One of the worst days I've had in a long time, unfortunately. And it just so happened to be my birthday. Huh. No, it's November 1st. I'm really surprised that it's the same as Layla's. You lied about your birthday on your personal survey? I thought your birthday was only one day off from mine. Ah, only one day off, eh? In the personal survey? The one you wrote when you entered the band. Even though you burned it. Oh, you burned it? I was told Mew. Is that how you say her name? And oh, I thought it was MYU. That's how it was spelled in the anime. I told Mew that all the guys in our band were Aquarians. Jesus. Sorry. And it was a lie. Who cares? I mean, that whole horoscope bullshit means nothing anyway. So yeah, who really cares about that? Shouldn't really get depressed or anything, Nobu. What are you talking about? I'm not an Aquarius either. Don't spread rumours. No, you're an Aquarius. Ren told me, so there's no mistake. But weren't you born in April, Yasu? What's all this about? You're taking Ren's senile talk seriously? I guess there's no way Shin and I could have really been the same sign. Our personalities are totally different. What? You believe in horoscopes? You're such a girl. Exactly what I was just saying. Horoscopes are bullshit. It's quite predatory, to be honest with you. Fortune telling, horoscopes, they just prey upon people that are looking for hope and something more than there is. I don't really like or agree with them, and they're so generalized as well. It's so obvious. But horoscopes are right. If you guys believe in that stuff, I mean, again, don't let me kind of steer you away from it. But just if you do believe in that stuff, get your reading for today or whatever it is, and see what it says about you, and then change your birthday to a day that's not your birthday, and then see what it says and compare. And do that a few times and compare, because I imagine it will be a similar amount of I don't know how to explain it. There'll be a similar amount of accuracy, I guess is the word I'm looking for, between them. The horoscopes are right, and do you know what? Ginpei really strikes me as someone that believes in horoscopes. The horoscopes are right. Shin and Layla were born on the same day, and the atmosphere about them is similar in some ways. Is it? Really? But Nobu's nothing like my older brother. Brother? Your birthday is one day off my fake one, right? I put my brother's birthday on the personal survey because it made me exactly 18 years old. You have a brother? What's your brother like? I'm really looking forward to the pie. I've never gotten anything like this. So just skip over that one. Yeah, I didn't think we knew that till now, did we? That he's got a brother. There's still plenty to find about Shin, and there's still plenty I'm excited to maybe learn about Misato as well. And again, there was another little tip off, like what I said with Takumi and his girl in London earlier. There was another little tip off about Misato a long time ago about that not being her real name. And I'm kind of still wondering where that's going as well. But as I said, still plenty to learn about Shin and such. Really? So it is okay to combine it with Layla's? Of course. Thank you, Yasan. Are you going to go to the birthday party? Of course. Even though Takumi will be there. Who cares? Shin was born that day and everyone is going to celebrate that. It will be equal to 60 years worth of celebration. You're coming, right? Of course. Good. But I don't have any free time to go buy a present. Shin's sixth sense isn't that great. That Yasu sure was secretive. Yasu didn't have to hide the surprise pie from us too. But aren't we bad at hiding stuff anyway? Don't lump me in with you. I'm not as stupidly honest as you are. Are you not? I would say stupidly honest is not the word for Osaki, but maybe kind of aggressively honest. I think Osaki is. I think she's quite honest in her feelings, to her feelings and to others. Very much so, to be honest with you, actually. Aggressively so, as I said. Yeah, you should be a bit more meek. If there's something you want to apologise to me about, then say it. I have to hurry and get to sleep because we have to be up early tomorrow. I'm sorry about yesterday. Good night. Nods. Anna? If that baby on a 1 in a million chance happens to be mine, what should I do? When I think about that, I can't sleep. Well, that's the thing. I haven't really thought about that at all because, as I said, it's like, as he said, it's a 1 in a million. It's a 99% chance that's Takumi's. But what if it is his? I haven't gave it much thought because there's not much possibility of it happening. But what happens if it is? Very interesting to think about. Again, I'm not going to think too much about it because there's way too much to think about it, and I'm not in that position, so I don't want to. But I imagine there's a lot going through his head when he does. Don't do anything and forget about it. I'm really sorry. It might be another one of those situations like what we saw with him at the door. He might have to just leave it to be raised by Nana and Takumi because that might be a better situation for it to be raised in. Potentially, it would have been, but now Blast is getting quite big and popular and successful. Maybe not so much. What about Nana? Nana has agreed, so it's okay. But how are things over there? We're depending on you, Class President. Class President. Hey Yasu, I'm thinking about getting married to Ren, but I wonder if that's okay. That's great. It's great. It's fine. If it's Gaia you're worried about, I've done a pretty good job of cajoling Kawano. Our manager said it wouldn't infringe on Gaia's policies, but I wonder if the staffs on Trapnest side would object, especially Takumi. Well, funny enough, he actually wants that. Don't worry about it. They were friendly enough to suggest a combined birthday party. Oh yeah, the president of Cookie Music is a nice guy. Completely different from Takumi. And plus, Takumi's getting married too, so I guess he can't really complain, can he? But that's a good thing. When it comes to Ren, you'd always act strange and freeze up. I didn't think you'd be so honest and straightforward. It's because I'm really scared. And you know what I said about Nana Osaki makes again, it's another interesting point here. I said she's aggressively honest. She is in a lot of ways. She is aggressively honest and emotional, but she also, as everyone does, she also does hide some big things. She also isn't honest about big things, but I think those things are especially personal to her. She's not honest usually about herself and sometimes her feelings, and she's not honest to herself is maybe more correct to say, but to what she feels towards other people, especially like what we. I just think back to her kind of fighting for Komatsu early on in the series, and fighting against Takumi and him kind of getting with Komatsu and such, and she's very honest a lot of the time, but also she does hide some big stuff, as everyone does. So as with anything you say like that, especially in this show where people, they do have two sides. There is two sides to a story. There is the kind of the way they are. Then there's also a different way of how they are that contradicts that a little bit, which is how things are in real life. Like I've said plenty of times, I'm a very contradictory person. Everyone contradicts themselves until they learn a better way of doing things or something new. Everyone was set in that way before realizing, oh, that way's wrong. Let's do it this way, and that contradicts the way I was before, but it's actually an improvement. Everyone does that. Everyone learns. So yeah, it's just another. I'm pretty sure I've made that point a lot, but it just shows just how human and how great these characters are written. Of what? Of myself. Scared that I'd act strange and freeze up, even when I live with Ren. But this feeling will fade. I can become regular friends with Hachi, and these painful fits will stop, right? Yeah, it's gotta be fine. I don't want to be a bother to you and Nobu anymore. Don't say things like that. I sent Nana a wedding invitation just like I promised. If I didn't send her one, it seemed weird. Things are called off. I should tell her right away. If that's the case. It'd be good to settle. Yeah, it would be good. It'd be good to settle on talk of her wedding. It would be good to settle on talk of her wedding. Tokyo Shinjuku. Since Takumi's taken care of it, things should go off without a hitch. Inose Takumi. Amatsu Nana. Ichinose Nana. I always thought that it was a cool name. Like an actress. Aren't I losing a name also? Well, I think you can choose to have both, can't you? I think you can choose to keep your original one. You can change to your partner's, which is the most common thing, I think. Or you could have both, which is, I think, a possibility. Nana Ichinose Amatsu. Oh, that would be a long name though, wouldn't it? Probably not nowhere near as common in Asia as well, I can't imagine. Don't cry, Nana. Good morning, Mrs. Ichinose. Hi. Marrying Takumi was originally just an extravagant dream. Anyways. I wondered just what Nishimoto-san, estimated age 30, thinks of me. He seems to plan on continuing to call me Ichinose. I've been really happy about that, but now it's kind of unpleasant. Damn! Is this her complaining about her hallucination? I won't lose. I've got Sachiko to be, even though she might be a boy. Yukio? Let us know. Yukio, this is a boy's name using the same main kanji as Sachiko. Okay. With Takumi living for his work and working hard, I can bring Sachiko up happily. That's my goal in life. I did notice a few of these shots in the last chapter, even though I didn't go through it comprehensively. A few of these, I think that's just like a photo of the real world, right? Just a bit more like exposed. It'd be fine. It'd be fine to be Komatsu Nana for the rest of my life. Her shameless behaviour on the live broadcast, Nana. Shameless. Could you call it how Nana Osaki was acting on that broadcast shameless? I mean, she definitely wasn't. She didn't seem interested, and she was a bit away from the broadcast. But shameless, bit of a harsh word. Then again, these other tabloids. Oh, looks funny. Funny. I'll say that. It looks like Komatsu's questioning the exact same thing. Shameless. It was cool. And why did they use a picture of her making a weird face? Yeah, she looks, again, uninterested right there. She's prettier than that. Egg Club. Is that like some kind of nickname for S Club 7 or something? But this isn't good for Nana. Nana and Ren. CD finally on sale. Blast versus Trap Nest. Versus. They have to get married because it's destiny. I'm longing to see them together. And from here on out, that's going to be what all the love-struck girls of Japan will want. Express delivery, please. And there goes the invitation. Honjo Nana. It seems completely decided already. It's a lovely name, and it suits Nana really well. Not much different, is it? Osaki, Honjo. I mean, don't get me wrong, different, but like the same amount of letters. So I guess that's maybe the only similarity, actually. But again, another one of these shots here. Just a real shot. A wedding announcement interview? Why the hell do I have to do something like that? Because you're an artist. Then you do it too. He looks absolutely horrified. That would be horrible. They would, I don't know. You shouldn't ever be ashamed to announce your wedding or your love to someone, but it would be extremely embarrassing. I deal with the public. I decided not to announce our marriage to protect the privacy of Nana and the baby. But the media and the rest of the world won't be satisfied if you guys don't have an interview. Congratulations, Ren. I'm sorry I've been saying mean things about Nana. I was wrong. Be happy. Enough already. I'm the one who should be saying enough already. The staff's been running around in circles preparing for your wedding. Don't say anything else selfish. Is that the blonde guy crying? Sorry. Ren wasn't in the wrong. And when is the interview happening? Tomorrow? So soon? The wedding announcement interview is going to happen with tomorrow's CD debut. You guys just deal with the conversation topic at hand, and the company will make the concluding remarks. It's disappointing that the two have to happen together, but I can't do anything more. Sorry. That is weird, isn't it? It might seem like another big publicity stunt, to be honest with you, the fact that they're getting married, and it just so happens they're both releasing their CDs on the same date. Yeah, as a customer, you would feel like, oh, they're just trying to sell it more. And I would also just like, I said about it being embarrassing earlier, but it's also like embarrassing it for a different way. The fact that they have to go on TV and announce their wedding like this when they don't want to, like they're some kind of donkeys, like they're in the Truman Show or something. It's awful, really, isn't it? They're almost like forced to tell everyone their business like this, even if they wanted to keep it private. That's the world we're in right now, isn't it? Again, that's why I know it won't ever be the case, but that's why I always hope my channel never gets to be. I know it won't be mainstream or anything. I always want to. I want to be successful. Don't get me wrong, but I'd never want to be too successful. I never want to go out and people recognize me or anything like that. Yeah, I couldn't deal with any of this whatsoever. It's okay, right, Nana? It's disappointing, but it's a good chance. If we want to be popular, we have to get people to listen to our music first, right? I'll make all the arrangements for the wedding as Gaia instructs. I've been very selfish about everything. I understand that, and I thank you for putting up with me. I'm sorry for being such a nuisance. No, it's... Hey, I really don't care one way or the other, but since we're talking about something happy, can't we talk about it more happily? Making situations seem so serious is such a ridiculous adult sort of thing. He makes a great point there. And it kind of goes with what I said about them broadcasting this, like they're making something so beautiful and great, something that's just a spectacle to lure people in. And yeah. He sounds like such a baby when he says that, though, but he is right. Chin. You're absolutely right. He is. He is absolutely right. Congratulations, Nana-san. Looks like even you're a feminine Pisces after all. Shut the hell up. Oh man. I'm glad the vibe's still there. Again, I kind of thought that would be quite hard to capture. Again, it's funny I say capture because this is the source material, but again, I just think the anime just does such a good job, and just my preferred form of watching stuff. Now there's no doubt that your CD is going to sell like mad, and your real power will follow with no problem. But as of now, the only thing I can let 1 million people hear without feeling embarrassed is Yasu's drumming. I'm encouraging you to begin intensive practice. Yeah, that was very rude. Since it's my neck on the line after all. Fucking fox. Yep. Oh, Jotaro. Welcome back, Nana. Some express mail came. That's the security guard at the fucking hotel. Didn't recognise him, of course. Huh? That's pretty unusual for you to get mail. It's nothing. Welcome back, Nobu. I'm back too. The prom star. She tried really hard. She kind of reminded me of me in my teen years, honestly, trying too hard at parties to get girls and such. And when I look back, I realised, if I didn't try, I might have actually had a bit more success. She probably might be thinking the same thing. Ugh. Sorry guys, I've been sitting down for like 3 hours now reading. Because I record Berserk today as well. Oh dear. Need some food. No, it's been that long. My YouTube stopped working. Good. Let's put some Nana back on. But yeah, almost finished this chapter. Again, it seems over 100 pages long. So again, how long is it? Bloody hell, yeah, this video is going to be long. It's almost an hour 20 already, I think. Bloody hell. I can't really format it in another way because every other day, apart from Monday and Tuesday, I do the weekly shows. So I can only really ever read this on a Monday or Tuesday, and both those days I read Berserk as well. So a lot of reading on these days, which isn't bad for you. A lot of time sitting in my chair. Why the hell do you only greet Nobu? Oh, you're here too. I only saw Nobu. That's how you now greet her. Oh, you're here. Don't respond to her feelings, Nobu-san. So today I bought an early release CD. I gave you a sample disc, but I wanted to buy one myself. I was happy to see so many copies in the store. That's sweet. Ding. Oh, it is a diamond. I guess we just couldn't see it was just too dark. We couldn't see the other. Still very standard image, isn't it? Very standard album cover right there. Although you don't want it to be too complicated. Hey, Nana. Oh, I guess we're at the end here. It hasn't been too long then. Hey, Nana. Even now, while listening to your songs, all the love, sick girls. I was hoping to see Mew today. Hey, Nana. Even now, while listening to your songs, all the lovesick girls are hearing the story of Nana and Ren. But I didn't want to see such a sad ending. Such a sad ending, eh? Interesting. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. There's the CD cover. Blast. But yeah, good chat today, wasn't it? Again, quite a lot happening. Quite a lot going on. Yeah. Obviously the discussion about the marriages and the mixing of the parties. I'm looking forward to this party, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Shin and Layla's birthday parties. When they say Layla, are they talking about? They are talking about the assistant, right? That we saw. That was very happy. I'm kind of thinking because a few like Mew's name, the spelling of her name's changed, so I was maybe thinking they might be talking about Rayra, but I don't think so. I think Layla is her actual name, but they call her Rayra. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm a little bit confused about that. But yeah, nice to see Ginpei again as usual. Yeah, pretty cool episode here. Again, we had Komatsu talking with Takumi about the wedding and then delaying the wedding, which is officially, well, I wouldn't say officially been delayed now, but pretty sure it's going to be delayed now, which is again, it was interesting just hearing Komatsu's thoughts on that, wasn't it? She actually didn't seem too bothered. I would have thought I would have thought she'd been really bothered by that, but yeah, it seems like she actually again just shows how much she's grown, doesn't it? But yeah, looking forward to the next chapter, which we got next week, which will be volume 12, chapter 44. But yeah, good first impressions here. Like I said, I thought it might lose a bit of its kind of energy and such because of reading. I really don't get those kind of vibes and such from reading. As you guys know, I don't read a lot. Manga's definitely not something I do a lot either, apart away from Berserk, which is again an extreme case because that's one of the best manga ever in a lot of people's eyes. But yeah, really enjoyed that actually. Again, had quite a bit of the expression that I was looking for. Again, didn't have as much with there being no voice actors and no kind of sound to fit the situations. That's the thing. I can listen to Nana songs and all I want, but there's a certain beauty in artwork in putting a song with a scene, isn't there? But yeah, good first impressions. Looking forward to seeing what we've got next week. Do let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comment section though. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. And yeah, I'll see you guys then.